It's 2021, and the Milwaukee Bucks just beat the Suns in 6 to capture their second Larry O'Brien since 1971, winning 4 in a row and off the historic night in which Giannis scored 50 points, had 14 boards, and had a casual 5 blocks. He did it. He accomplished his goal, from being a scrawny kid out of Greece to being the best player in the entire planet. This Bucks team has a great coach, deep roster. They got Chris Middleton, great number 2, defensive wizard in Drew Holiday, versatile big in Brook, and they got Giannis, the 2-time MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, this has to be the start of the dynasty, right? Like, they have to be one of the all-time great teams, right?
The Bucks will fall short as the Boston Celtics advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, winning 4-3 in a classic series between two terrific teams.
Get it to Middleton. 2-point game. Butler steps in front. Middleton. Allen has it. Down the lane. He ran out of time. The Bucks don't get off the shot. And the Miami Heat become the 6th in NBA history to win as an 8th seed in the first round.
What a ball game. You talk about being connected defensively. Look at how Miami...
With how well they played in Game 4, they had to be a very confident group coming into tonight.
The Indiana Pacers.
So it hasn't really gone well for the Bucks over the last 3 years. In 2022, they brought back most of the key guys in the title run, won 51 games, finished 3rd in the East, easily dispatching the Bulls in 5s, and met with the 2-seed Boston Celtics, who just beat them in a close series in 7. But hey, can't win them all. That's fine. Next year should be good to go, right? In 2023, Bucks won 58 games, better than any other team in the NBA. Matched up with the 8th-seeded Heat in the first round. Giannis missed 2 games, and when he did play, he was on the court for only 29 minutes on average. He managed to pull off the upset and sent the Bucks packing. That offseason, the Bucks had to create a spark. So they traded Drew Holiday to the Blazers and got one of the best guards in the league, Dame, a massive improvement to their offense. But at the same time, that was also a pretty big loss in defense. They surprisingly also fired Coach Bud, replaced him with Adrian Griffin. And in 2024, the Bucks were pretty good with Adrian, had them at 30-13, but decided to fire him due to them getting worse at defense and Griffin trying unique lineups, which really didn't get Giannis and Dame and the team to resonate with that. But what I actually think happened was there being a discourse between him and Giannis. So the Bucks had to obviously choose Giannis, the franchise. After firing Griffin, they then weirdly decided to hire Doc Rivers to finish out the season. Then in the playoffs that year, Giannis missed about a month due to a calf strain, lost in 6 to the Pacers. Dame Dollar also missed. So that leads us to today. It's the start of the 2024-25 NBA season, and the Bucks, just like any other team, have aspirations of winning the championship. But as they are aware, only one team can win it. Bucks are one of the favorites in the East because the 29-year-old Greek freak who's in his prime, also from last year, has one of the best guards in the league, Dame Lillard. 2 teamed up last year and have looked pretty good together. Games together, they're 44-21, and Dame averaged 24-7, and Giannis averaged 30-12. Bucks overall went 49-33 last year and lost in the first round, but were injury riddled, and Greek freak missed about a month with calf strain, and Dame missed 2 games. So why are we talking about them? They should just keep building their chemistry together, hope for no injuries, and they should be one of the best teams to compete for the Larry O'Brien, right? But there's some problems with that response. 2 haven't trained together an entire offseason, granted due to reasons, but still, how can they be in sync when Dame said the same thing last year? Another big issue is that their core is growing old. Middleton's about to turn 33, Dame's about to be 34, Brook's going to be 36, and their number 3 guy, Middleton, played 55 games last year, only averaged 15 compared to he used to be a 20-plus a night guy. They also lost some solid guys off the bench. Malik Beasley, who was 3rd in 6th Man of the Year voting, Jay Crowder, a great gadget guy, and the year before they lost Grayson Allen, an amazing 3-point shooter off the bench. This will also be Doc's first full year with the organization, so he took over the team in the middle of the season and went 17-19, much worse compared to Adrian's 30-13. So this year will be a test for Doc, getting the guys ready to go, subbing in players when it's time, giving the old guys some rest and developing the young guys. This team hasn't really made any big moves or splashes, unlike their counterparts, like the Knicks, who brought in Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns from the Timberwolves, and the 76ers, who brought in Paul George. And things don't really get any better, with Giannis coming out saying if he doesn't play well, he might get traded. And here's the kicker, because the Bucks would never trade him in a million years, no matter what is offered to them. But with expectations looming, and Giannis over the years calling out the team to get better indirectly and directly, I think he's talking about himself, requesting a trade if things don't go well. I mean, if this team loses Giannis, the 2-time MVP Defensive Player of the Year, one of the best players on the planet, they'll go back to being irrelevant. But to give the Bucks some credit, things aren't all too bad. They were 4th in the league in scoring last year, but were 9th in points given up. I'm expecting their defense gets a little bit better. They added a young guard who can create his own shot, is athletic, who has good vision. If he could just get a shot down, he'll be a solid guy off the bench. They also still got Bobby Portis, who's been a 6-man candidate for years. And last but not least, they still got the big three. In Middleton, Giannis, and Dame. Also got Brook Lopez coming on the center. All we can hope is that they are healthy and Doc uses their strength. My prediction for the Bucks this year will that they will win 48 games in a bloody East, finish 3rd, and lose in the semis to Boston, who nobody can compete with. Actually, they just blew out the new look Knicks. So, Bucks need to have a deep run this year, otherwise Giannis could be requesting a trade or asking out.